Okay, question number 6. Congress seems a wholly owned subsidiary of the multinationals. Obama is pimping for GE in Africa. The Koch brothers have made a down payment on the Supreme Court. Money will control the next federal election and most of the state elections. Is there any scenario you see that will return this government to the people? Now, we've been kind of talking a lot about that in the previous segments, but that was the next question.
Mass protests that begin to scare the hell out of these people and begin to disrupt systems that they care about. That really is the only solution. I think they're very fragile. I think internally they know how corrupt they are, which is why they passed the NDAA, because they want to be able to pull the military on the streets, because I think ultimately they don't trust the police to protect them. And those are the sentiments of a dying elite. So I think when we begin to organize against all the formal structures of power, I think that they may crumble as the Stasi state in East Germany, which when I was in East Germany appeared monolithic, fell in about a week. And it fell in a week because Erich Honecker, the dictator for 19 years, sent an elite paratroop division down to Leipzig to fire on 70,000 demonstrators, and they refused to do it. And after that, in the same way that the Tsar sent the Cossacks in to crush the Petrograd bread riots, and they fraternized with the crowd. Both Honecker and the Tsar only lasted another week in power. Once the foot soldiers of the elite will not protect the elite, they're done. And that's why we have to be nonviolent, because ultimately what we are doing is trying to create a paralysis within systems of power, whereby we speak truth, we appeal to conscience, we expose corruption, fraud, lies by those in power, so that when those forces are called into the street to stop us, they refuse to do so. That's how all revolutions happen. And that's really, in the end, what I'm calling for. I'm calling for the overthrow of this system. Let me say that again for Homeland Security. I mean, that's what I'm doing. And I'm calling for it through nonviolent means, through mass protests, because as a father of 4 children, I know that if we don't stop these forces, they will kill us. They will destroy the ecosystem on which the human species and my children will depend for their life. And that is really the stakes that lie before us, and why there is an imperative for all of us to take risks. And I don't like going to jail, as I have. Going to jail is more time than I care to donate to my government. But it really is the only option left. Because if we fail at this, then it's not just this particular civilization that will be extinguished, but human habitation.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on Reality Asserts Itself on the Real News Network. Don't forget, we're in our summer fundraising campaign. There's a matching grant campaign going on and a donate button over there. Thanks for joining us.